Kazoo, what's good with you? That's right, first one in the building. Caesar was good, my boy. It barely started. I was running a little bit late. I was lose track of time. What's good with you guys? What you guys doing on this Monday, early in the morning? Early in the morning. Too early, huh? On a Monday? Say it. Let's get some light up in here. That way it looks like daytime. What's up with you guys? What you guys up to? Oh, hustle through the struggle, dropping in with you, my boy. What's cracking? Chilling. What's good with you, my boy? I'm working right now. What's good, homie? Paco, that's right, homie. Getting that feria. Can you do? Can you do a shadow graveyard shift for one of your battle rats videos? Can you do a shadow graveyard? All right. Can you do it? Oh, that's the name of the rola, Graveyard by Shadow. Oh yeah, he's one of the northern homies, huh? He gets down, no? I think I peeped him out. RC89 Cuvo, what's good, my boy? Oh, Bay Area Dodger 818, what's good, my boy? Good morning to you too. So I could have money to drink on the weekend. Serio? Hey, I understand what you're talking about, my boy. That's the only reason why we get up for work. It's the only motivation. JC, carnal, is your day off today? Nah, I gotta go to work in about an hour. You know what I mean? Oh, Big Bad 209, Cubale, carnal. What's good with you, my boy? You on your lunch break? That's right. What you grubbing on, my boy? Un sándwich, ¿verdad? Estás comiendo un sándwich, huh? Just home sniffing some blow. Damn, Jimmy! On a Monday at this time, my boy? Like, you should have at least waited like until like 3, man. It's common courtesy. As long as it's pure. Nah. Took the day off, take care of my kids, my boy. Oh, that's right, my boy. Hey, that's just as important, my boy. That's just as important. You know what I mean? Gotta be there for the morros. Charles carnal, you're sweating. Es la cruda, güey. Kasut. Nah, and it's hot as hell. It's a hot day today over here. What up, my boy here at work? Checking you out. Oh, that's right, Oscar. What's good with you? What up, just here in the Vias slam back. That's right. Oh man, and it's hot as fuck over there. Even worse. Over there's like 10 degrees hotter than LA right here. What's cracking enamorado? Oh, right here, my boy, ya sabes. Viviendo la vida. Do little travieso from my gang that is bonkers. Those youngsters get down. Little travieso? All right. What area is he coming from? Like what city? Amador, what up, G? Chilling right here. What's good with you, my boy? Cuba, what's good with you, Northern Cali? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hey, Bay, you're right, my boy. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. Smoke break windows. It's hell yeah. The herbal essence, the herbal substance. ¿Andas periqueado? A su madre. Ese güey sí está bien periqueado. Y ni ofrece. No, no. Estamos muy mal. Jimmy. Posted up with my feet up smoking some. Yes, God damn. That's right, my boy. You living like a king. I feel you. Izo, mi sobrino Izo. Saludos, homie. Just here at my union break. That's right, my boy. Yeah, that's right. You got that union break. That's good. That's good, homie. I know they take care of homeboys. That's right. What's for breakfast, fool? Microwave burritos or a couple noodle, homie. You know what I mean? I'm not really much of a breakfast person, to be honest with you. I don't fuck with breakfast. I'm more of like a dinner lunch type of guy. Like I like comida con chile y pinche platezote. You know what I mean? I mean a big ass plato, homie. Kind of like the bowl that, have you seen the movie Friday when that fool pours the cereal in that big ass bowl? Kind of like un plato así. Fácil. Tear that shit up. Hey, tío, Big Bad, saludos. That's right. Denver, Colorado. He's a young sureño from Parkside. Trece. All right, all right. Oh, from Colorado? Órale. Oh, you know what? I have reacted to some gente from Colorado. I reacted to S. Little G. He comes from out there. Him and there was another guy I reacted to. But this guy's barely up and coming. What was his name? I think it was Youngster or something like that. But the vato had potential. You're not watching the Euro Cup? Nah. Like we just literally like got up like 15 minutes ago. Where's all the metidos? All right, this shit's hopping like crazy. Uh, Not just a king, but a California king extra large. Oh, California king. That's right. Controlling all kings. Saludos. Should do a demon of this whole reaction. I don't really know any, you know what I mean? At all. A huevo carnal. Oh, ya sabes, papá. All bad, huh? Damn. Saludos, San Diego. That's right. San Diego up in the house. What's good with Caesar right there? Breakfast is the best meal of the day. That's what Mahana says. Mahana loves breakfast. I'm just not. I guess it's the waking up early part. You know, it's like fuck that. I feel it. I feel it. Eating a bowl of red pozole. Damn, that sounds good right now, homie. Oh, why'd you have to rub it in, my boy? Put a little water in it, and it won't hurt. With some tortilla chips. Oh, that's the best stuff right there, homie. And the crushed pepper. Shh, the repollo, rábanos. You need rábanos, my boy. Hey, do you guys eat your pozole with rábanos? Let me know, homie. Because there's some people that don't like rábanos. I myself, I'm a rábano person, homie. I love rábanos con tacos, con pozole. You know what I mean? I'm a rábano person, but I know there's some people that don't like it. I need some menudo right now. Damn, serio. Either one, I don't give a. I'll take both of them down. Did you watch the Gunner versus Cholo Trucker fight? Nah, I didn't watch it, my boy. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I had stuff to take care of. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I haven't seen it. Fasting is the only way to go. That fool said fasting. Ah, hell no. That fool's trying to starve us. Oh, come on, Juanito. We need to eat some torta, some albondigas, some carnitas, some cueritos, all of that. Got up at 15 minutes ago. Oh, bad. Slept in the morning. Wait. Hey, I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. I'm more of the. I'm a night owl. Pero Travis is only 18. 19 thing. I agree with the video, pero young, you know, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna peep them out because I'm actually curious to peep out the younger generation, just to get a feel of their mental to see where they're at. You know what I mean? Because when it's younger, just by the way that they rap, will already tell me some a little bit about their character and their future music. You know, forward. So I gotta peep that out. I woke up at 8. Damn, at 8, my boy. What are you doing up so? I didn't even know 8 o'clock existed in the morning. You don't have to wake up early. You can have breakfast food any time of the day. You could. Oh, what's that called? Brunch? You mean brunch? Like Denny's. It's like 2 a.m. when you order the lumberjack slam. Like, ¿quién chingados quiere pancakes ahorita? The chef back there, like, ¡jo su puta madre! It's better for you to eat regular food instead of sugar like cereal. Yeah, I'm not really much of a cereal person. Just like Captain Crunch, like every once in a full blue moon. Um, con el limón y rábanos fresco. Oh my boy, that's the good stuff. See, now I'm craving pozole. Mariscos en Linwood. Mariscos del Viejón. And el Viejón. Mariscos del Viejón. Where in Linwood is that one at? Because hey, Linwood has a lot of spots that are lumbre. You got the Cocina Oaxaqueña, you have the Birria Jalisco, you have several spots right there. What up, everyone? That's right, Michael, right there. Watch the Gunner Cholo fight on YouTube. Hogside TV posted it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm cool. You know. I let them do their thing. You know what I mean? Um, you know, we just chilling. We just doing us. You know what I mean? I find it funny that Longo in Mexico is in the black part of Mexico. Oh, where the black razas at over there? Because there is a lot of black people in Mexico. You know what I mean? And Asians too. There's a lot of Asians in Mexico, like in DF. They have their own like little pueblitos. And in Jalisco, there's a lot of blacks too. It's crazy. Unos frijoles con huevos. Oh, my boy. There's nothing beating that, homie. You already know. That's a real Mexican breakfast right there. Oh, chilaquiles, huh? Hey, I can't make those shits, fool. Every time I try to make chilaquiles, fool, valgo pa pura madre, güey. They never come out chingon. My old lady had chorizo for Jimmy, look at that. We have something in common. My wife also had that for breakfast. That's why she's still asleep. He doesn't use the N word either. I don't judge, to each their own. I just think, hey. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I actually prefer when they don't use the N word, and like I said, like I have no problem with it or whatever when they say it. I don't really care, whatever they say is whatever they say. I just prefer that they don't use it because that word shouldn't be used. It's not even because like you're not black, you shouldn't use it. It has nothing to do with that. It's a word that was used to like dehumanize them. You know what I mean? So out of respect for them, because real black people don't like anybody using it, even their own. So just out of respect, it's best if people don't use it. Um, but at the end, I mean, anybody could say whatever the hell that they want in this world's free country. You know what I mean? I'm not living in their shoes, so que me valga madre. Um, I've been up since 7 a.m. Good workout, eat breakfast, shave my head, smoke right now, posting them. Sounds feed, man. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. How it should be go. Oh, was good, Andy. Was the homie Andy right there? What a shadow. How's everything going? Oh, we're good, homie. We chilling. We chilling. You know what I mean? Getting the day started. You know what I mean? On Atlantic and Beach. Oh, okay. Yeah, Simon. I know exactly where that's at. Orale. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I think yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That shit is right there. Orale. Now I know. Now I know the spot. What I was Warzone you playing too much wrestling. Hey, it's mis morros. My morros like playing those matches, you know what I mean? Yeah, just make him happy, you know what I mean? Because they like playing those matches. It's our bonding moments. Don't push nothing in your mouth. It's a homie though, but our gente is under attack, and we need to wake the fuck up right now. Under attack by who? Aliens? Those aliens that have been coming and like shooting up and everything like that? Or by who? I know that we get shown no love, but I don't know about under attack. But I know we don't get no love. I have been up since 7 days. Who said I've been up since 7 days ago? Damn, to the point where you're already hallucinating? Saludos y respetos from the homies from Bell Garden, WS. What you doing? Hey, that's right, my boy. Shout out to all the wicked evil sureños out there that doing their thing. I know homies be active. I see their writing all the time. Because I live right here in Southgate. So, like when I go, I conozco gente, hago mandados over there, you know what I mean? Like, pinche rayadero. I'm like, damn, homies be active. I'm testigos full in my eyes, unless I'm hallucinating, but I doubt it. Who you got on the Euro 2021? Who do I got? I don't know. There's a lot of good teams out there. Probably Netherlands. Let's see what do you think about Mexico Cartel? Do you think most of those gangbangers out here and they have what it takes to go toe to toe with them real gunners out there in Mexico? How can I say this? There's no difference between a ganger and cartel. You know what I mean? There's no difference from what gang members do out here in the streets of California to what they do in Mexico. You know what I mean? It's all the same thing. You know what I mean? Um, I'll tell you something, and I know this. Coming from the realm that I had came from and everything like that, like chopping fools' heads off and all of that. It's sickening. but it's not crazy. You know what I mean? Like anybody could do it. Even if you watch like those cold case channels and shows and stuff like that, where you have even like the nerdiest guy where he chops, you know, like say he killed his brother or his dad or his cousin or whatever, he chops the body up and buries it. I mean, anybody could do that. You feel me? Like even like a nerdy ass guy could do that. You know what I mean? If they're pushed to that extent. You know what I mean? So are they crazy that they're doing that, or do they fear for their life if they don't do it? The same thing will happen to them. So now they're just acting out of fear. So does that make them crazy? You get what I mean? So what the cartelists do is not something that's like, oh wow, they're crazy and stuff like that. Because if you would know, when the cartelists maneuver over here in the United States, they have to maneuver under our program. They, with our permission and under our guidance, they are not allowed to, and they won't. As crazy as people think that the cartels are, they won't make the moves out here unless they have the A-OK. Like I said, it's not like, oh, they don't think that they could take on the gangs or stuff like that. They're not stupid in this world. People are not stupid. Warfare is a game of strategy. You have to know how to play your cards. People think that they could just come and muscle through anything. No, not even the greatest of warriors, from a Napoleon to Alexander to none of them, would do. It's a game of strategy. You have to know how to play the cards. Brute strength never will win. You could try to muscle your way in. It's only a matter of time before you fall, like Leonidas. You know what I mean? How many kids you got, homie? I got four, my boy. How many do you have? Little Vato has his hood all over too, kind of like you do. I know, I got my hood on me like 14 times, I think. Not like 15 times. Hey, damn, no mames. Every time I get a tattoo, I just get the neighborhood on me. I always been like that. I don't know. Uh, what's happening, Shadow? Chilling right here. Ramon, what's good with you? 7 days ago, I know how that would be tripping. I love watching your show faster. Oh. Hey, gracias, my boy. Appreciate it. If that EWF, the Soul Gang, and Black Crew, the same? Nah, my boy. They're different things. Um, you're talking about like every woman's fantasy, and then Evil Way Familia. Nah, they're two whole different things. You know what I mean? Just have the same abbreviation. Serio, they out? Damn. France, then. France it is. Um, Baltimore Ravens will be in the Super. What? Rosebud? Hey, you know what? I can't even knock it, homie, because I'm glad somebody throws in something different now. But they might. I don't think so though. That's one thing. Here's one thing I'll say though. My favorite sport is basketball and everything, but I love football too. Here's one thing I say: one of the things that I love about football is that their Super Bowls are always different. You know what I mean? And the season's always a coin flip. You don't know who the hell's gonna be in the playoffs or who's gonna be in the Super Bowl. Compared to basketball, más o menos, you already have an idea who's gonna be in the playoffs and in the finals. You get what I mean? Like you already could see it coming. But in football, shit, it could be anybody, homie. Serio, it could literally be anybody. You know what I mean? Because how it's just one game and that's it, you out. I mean, fuck. Legitly, everybody has a chance. You know what I mean? Depends how they show up to the field that day. Um, but yeah, the Ravens. Don't get me wrong. The Ravens are they some bad boys, homie. People sleep on them, but them fools have always had a legit team. Uh, Tapping in from San Bruno from the Big Bad. That's right. OPLS gang. Keep doing your thing. Hey, gracias, Ghost. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody from San Bruno right there. They're doing their thing, homie. Especially though your homies that rap, they be doing their thing. Didn't France beat him by Portugal? By Ronaldo? Don't tell me Ronaldo did it, huh? All by himself, huh? Well, he is the GOAT. That was way better than Messi. Messi's a choker. That would be choking too much. Much love, homie. From that's right, the homie Woody up in the building. Shout out to the West Side Lokes out there on the west of LA. Them real Lokes out the west of LA. I think ISIS learned from the cartels on chopping heads. huh. Hey, ISIS be crazy too. You know what I mean? I don't know why they don't just leave those guys alone. They say that they're a terrorist threat, but then when you ask the United States what they're a terrorist threat, you start raising your eyebrow. They say because they want to conquer land that's not theirs, like America did. They say they want to force religion upon people, their religion upon people, like American did. Um, they be killing innocent women and children and people, like America did. Pero they say que they're a terrorist group. I don't know. I mean, kind of sounds like America to me, but hey, what do I know? You know, every time we start pointing out any of these things, they're always like, "Oh, that's old. That's in the past. Times are different." Oh, because it happened back then. Oh, it doesn't count no more. Oh, okay. I see. I see. So that argument is that argument doesn't work because it happened back then. Oh, okay. Hmm. It's funny, huh? People are tripping. They refuse to accept, the truth, the facts. Yet they say that they're right. But yeah, you can't go up against the truth. How you right if that's the truth? But hey, what do I know? Um, let me see. Nah, Portugal got out. Oh, damn, Portugal's out. Damn, then who the hell's in? I can smell in my nose. It's Coke. Diet or regular? I got four. Also, 16-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 3 month. Oh damn, man, you got your hands full. I'm roughly the same right there. From 15 to 13 to 11 to 6, 7. Yeah, Puro Clippers. I know that hurts the Laker fans. No, you know what? Actually, that's my second team. You know what I mean? I'm an LA person, so I'm gonna root for a second team. So I have nothing. The Clippers has never been a team that has built to hate them. You know what I mean? They never had that pizzazz to them where it's like you just like, oh, I hate these mother. Like how they do with the Celtics, the Lakers, the Spurs. You know what I mean? They never had that. You know what I mean? They're just like, one of the kind of like the Warriors. You just can't hate them. They never had like I guess like a cocky fool in there that just like everyone be like, man, fuck these fools. um, it does hurt. Francis playing right now. All right. Also, Francis still in then. Baseball, Dodger bound. Oh yeah, when it comes to baseball, it's Dodgers all the way, my boy. Dodgers all the way, homie. Ain't no ifs or buts about it. I take Spain. Oh, you know what? Spain's always good too. Tom Brady will have 10 rings, probably, homie. Probably, homie. The guy has a lot of talent, homie. People can say it, whatever they want about him, and all that. But shit, when it comes to the sport, my boy, his eye vision, his release, even though I know I'm gonna get some shit right now, right here. I think Aaron Rodgers is way better. I think Aaron Rodgers is way better. As a matter of fact, if they told me Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Aaron Rodgers, I would pick Aaron Rodgers any day. Any given day. I think he's the goat. But they say that the rings is the most important thing. Then fuck it. I guess Robert Ory is the best basketball player of all time. Motherfucker has like 8 rings. Luke Walton has like 3. Karl Malone has none. So does that make Luke Walton like a better basketball player than Karl Malone? You can see why the rings doesn't make any sense in these arguments. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you need a ring, homie, and all that. Like, okay, Luke Walton has 3 rings. The motherfucker was a best bench warmer of all time. Karl Malone was a fucking scoring champion, defender, and it made the All Stars like 13 times. He never got a ring. So what does that make Luke Walton better than Karl Malone because he has 3 rings? Yeah, I mean, sometimes the rings don't mean nothing. Say, brother, it's good to see black and brown unity. There has to be black and brown unity because we go through the same struggles, the same battles. It's stupid to be fighting amongst each other. That is ridiculous. Um, there's no difference from the struggles that we go through. Just like they get mistreated, we get mistreated. And here's another thing that people can't seem to comprehend or grasp. And whites get mistreated because they get played more than anybody, more than browns and blacks. They're the ones getting played. Because whites are not the problems in this world. It's not them that are how can I say, it's not them that are the problem with society. It's the rich that concoct these political movements and brainwash the shit out of these guys because we have the same skin color. Because a rich white person is different from a poor white person. You know what I mean? These guys are your neighbors. These guys are the same people that are going to school with you. These guys are the same people that are getting EBT as well. And the struggle, just like the rest of us. You know what I mean? Getting no love, getting taxed, getting their taxes, their check from their hard work, they're getting stripped. They're in the struggle with us. It's just that they're manipulated to think that, you know, that they all won. They not, you know what I mean? Donald Trump could say whatever the hell he wants. That motherfucker wouldn't hang out with half of these fools in the ghetto that are white or shake their hand or anything like that. Though he'll see them as trash because they're poor, so they're not the same. You know what I mean? Um, is the rich versus the poor. It has nothing to do with race in this world, and that's real talk. Humanity is not meant to have a lot of a good thing. You eat too much, you get sick. You drink too much, well, you already know how that goes. You do too many drugs, you overdose. Uh, you feed yourself too much knowledge, you become stubborn and arrogant. You know what I mean? Narcissistic. Too much sex will make you a pervert. Too much money makes you greedy. Too much of a good thing is bad for a human being. Since we're emotional creatures, we're not meant to handle so much of that. There has to be a limit to everything, and people just don't realize it because they think that they have full control over everything, but they don't. That's why it always spirals out of control. Um, and those are facts. Been proven time after time after time. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. It's looking good. Spain's looking good. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Spain be smashing. Northern Cali by tapping in. Much love, Shadow. That's right. Shout out to Cartoon right there. Thank you, G. Haven't been because I've been in the hospital. Damn, serio, locals. Hey, I hope everything's good with you, my boy. Pelon Pride Power. That's right. PPP. Niner Empire for life. Hey, the 49ers have always been a good team too, homie. Those are another one. They gave up too quick on Kaepernick. Too quick, homie. Hey, that vato, he took them to the Super Bowl and then they were like, Chales, homie. Next, like, damn, that's grave. You put a battery on your alarm, homie. Simon, Johnny. I finally did that. Because I reached the 1,000 and I said that if I grabbed another 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna change the battery. That's the only reason why I changed it. No creas que porque quise. Saludos, homie, from Chicago all the way from Vista. Oh, that's right. Shout out to right there to the homeboys. The homie Oscar right there putting it down for the homeboys. They also called my homeboy Creeper a terrorist. Damn, they called your homie Creeper a terrorist? Who? Is it Creeper from G-Dubs? Logan Heights, Red Steps, Gang Southeast San Diego. Shout out to all the homies from Logan Heights, Red Steps. I got a gang of homies out of Logan Heights. Shout out to Flaco Blanco. Shout out to Beast. That's the homie right there. Cast. All the homies. Chino. Browser. Everybody from Logan. That's right. Tiny Boys up in the house. What's good with you, Rogelio? Clippers gone today. Yeah, I think so too. I think the Suns have their number, fool. The Suns, man, the Suns are fucking Booker. He's putting on a show, huh? And it's messed up for the Hawks, huh? They're probably gonna go home too, cause I think that fool messed up his ankle. No, the fool from the Hawks, what's that fool's name? Ice Tray. Let's see, Gunner and Cholo Trucker gave a good fight. Did you see it? Nah, my boy, I didn't watch it. You know what I mean? I was just doing me. I had some stuff to do. We just chilling. But yeah, that's good that they did their thing, and Los Angeles Dodgers will win the World Championship. Maybe they have a good shot. They have a good shot, but with baseball, it's kind of hard to tell too. Sometimes those bats go cold, and man, we're just fucked. Especially Mookie hasn't been playing how he was last season. Under attack by the Güero. You are. Oh. Genocide on your own people. Yes, the Brown does genocide their own people. It is stupid. It is a pointless fight. I agree with that. 100. You know what I mean? But the thing that people need to understand is that um, if they want gangbanging to stop and stuff like that, it's a process, homie. It's not gonna happen overnight, dog, with a snap of a finger. You know what I mean? If people really honestly want gangbanging to stop, you can't do nothing about it right now. Like what's out there right now, there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. You want gangbanging to stop? Raise your kids better, and gangbanging will stop. If people raise their kids better, this shit will completely stop because gang members are not made by other gang members. They don't go into your house, take your kid, and make them gang members. Gang members are made because your kids don't want to be home because for whatever reason they feel like they don't have a connection with you, a bond with you. They feel like they're at odds with you, and the streets is where they finally find that peace that they're looking for, and is the reason why they become gang members. So if people want gangs to stop, they need to start looking in the fucking mirror and accepting their errors and mistakes that they're making, even though they're not gang members themselves. Doesn't mean that they're not creating problems, or doesn't mean that they're not committing errors that is driving the kids towards the streets. Those are facts. You know, people want to hate on gang members and the gangs and everything like that. Oh my god, they're bullshit. Look in the mirror, homie. That's how you get gangs to stop. You know, all these people be rallying and protesting and all that equal change. Who the hell, who's taking care of your kid right now? Wondering where the hell's his parents at? And how come you're not right there with them? Instead, you're over here pushing all this negativity where you're getting into brawls and yelling and teaching all kinds of bad morals and lessons of how to handle behavior. Oh, okay. So when there's an issue, we should just create this madre and be yelling at the opposition in their faces, gibberish. Yeah, because that's going to create change. They're out there rallying, saying that for protests and for better, for equal change, and fighting the good fight and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, all I see is just chaos. With no with never no solutions. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I mean, shit. When all this COVID hit and everybody was raiding all the stores, I mean, gang members had to be protecting the jobs. Can you believe that? Where the gang members actually have to protect the people's highways and buildings and everything like that. That's wild, huh? Like, oh, you fools think you guys could just come and create chaos right here? Hell no. The only one that's gonna create chaos here is us. The fuck on. And that's real talk. You know what I mean? MJ or Kobe? Kobe all the way, my boy. Kobe's the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. They could say MJ all day. I don't care. Kobe's the GOAT. Kobe's the GOAT because they say, nah, but without MJ, there would be no Kobe because he mimicked his game after him. Yes, that is very true. He was his idol. He mimicked his game, but he took it to a level where Jordan couldn't. Because Jordan, when he won those rings, keep this in mind. Scottie Pippen, Hall of Famer. Dennis Rodman, Hall of Famer. Armstrong, Longley, they were all stars. If you go look at it, they were all stars. And Kukoc and Steve Kerr were six men. Whatever. Kobe, all he had was Shaq. That's the only other all-star because Robert Ory's no all-star. Fisher was no all-star. Fox was no all-star. None of those guys even made an all-star team. You get what I mean? And even when he had Bynum and Odom, none of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he managed to win those championships and carry the team, hitting 81 points. Hey, Michael Jordan never hit no 81 points, my boy. You get what I mean? Like he mimicked his game after him, but he took it to a level where because Jordan wasn't hitting those numbers. And people can say, oh, well, because Kobe was doing it when they were still bumping and grinding, where it wasn't like, oh, you get fouled for everything. No, he was making it happen. He was going in there taking putazos, broken fingers, and ripped Achilles, and against the best. We're talking about Tracy McGrady, Grant, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Nowitzki. We're talking about against elite players, homie. He wasn't doing it against no fucking chafa ass fools that'd be whining and crying that they're injured. He was doing it against the legends, homie. You know what I mean? That's why I think he's the GOAT. And it's not just because I'm an LA person and everything like that. It's just that the Mamba was something else, homie. Hey, I'm not knocking Jordan. Jordan's a fucking animal. These two individuals are in their own league of their own. You know what I mean? But that's what I just think that he's the goal. And like I said, you could say, well, he has one more ring than Kobe. Okay, then Robert Ory's better than Michael Jordan because he has eight, and Michael only has six. So I guess Robert Ory's better if we're gonna go based off of those statistics. What's good with the bowl of rice and beans? Oh my boy, you know what's up, huh? With the caldito, you mix it together and some salsa. Shh, I'm back. Sorry, that's right. I didn't know you were gone. Who are you? Actually, I did notice you were gone, my boy, because I didn't see your comment. I must have faded onto the top. Barrio Logan, the San Diego Chicano Park gang. That's right. No problem with me won't work with too many feelings. Yes, they do. It depends on homie, but it is racism. Also, is not just the rich. Everybody money hungry right now. Half of these fools and the guys are still out. No, but see, that's the thing. But the racism is being created by the rich. You get me? Because they brainwash them to make them think this way, that it's about color. That's why they are the problem. Because um most of the places that are racist, there's not even no Mexicans in those places. If you look at them, there's hardly no Mexicans, if any at all. Yet these people are talking about get them out of here and everything like that. They're just going based off whatever political party is making the push, saying that this is the problem. You get what I mean? Because they don't have them in their states. Like I mean, like Kansas, like Oklahoma, like places like that where they really push that drive, that narrative. Yeah, there's no raza there. You know what I mean? But they're just going based on the political party, whichever one it is, that's saying that this is the issue, that they will make it stop, and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And they only consider us being like a problem or a nuisance or stuff like that because all they could go based on is what they see in the news, in movies, and what they hear on the radio. And what they hear and see in the news, and the radio, and in movies and TV shows is always criminals, drug dealers, drug addicts, gang members. Because those are the only roles that they give us. And the news only covers DUI, murders, and stuff of that nature. Never the college students that graduate, never the business owners that are, never none of that. It's always the negative, right? Because that's what attracts views. So we're always painted as the perfect fucking villain. And since they don't interact with Hispanics on a day to day or at work or anything like that, they could only go based on this because they don't work with them or interact with them where they could say, no, 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 I know my homie Pedro and he's nothing like these shows say that they are. So they could only go based on whatever the fuck you know, the world is feeding them. You get what I mean? Because it's something that it's just not out of nowhere. They don't just wake up and be like, yeah, I'm just not going to like this person. So it's being fed. Um, let's see. Sinister Kingdom music. That's right. That actually sounds bad. Sinister Kingdom music. Damn. Okay. They not I stole the E and J bottle. So yeah. That was said I stole the E and J. Hey, don't you hate that for when you steal something and then they steal it from you? Fucking shit, man. Like the nerve of these dudes. Is there no like boundaries? Is there no rules? Hey, when a thief steals from a thief, that's how you know that motherfucker is a fucking criminal. That fool has no self respect. What up, Shadow? Saludos, G. I'm out. Folsom. That's right, my boy Sleepy right there out of Folsom. Take some colors. Take some colors? What do you mean? Like, oh, like what they call the thing? Yeah, if once I start learning how to use all this crap, I'm gonna start taking like people in and everything like that. But I have to know how to. I'm telling you, I suck at technology. I've been watching some videos and trying to learn. You know, my brother's been trying to teach me. Don't fail. You know, we get in there. We get in there. We're like a tortoise. Um, so true, bro. You know about life. I lived and seen a lot. You know what I mean? So we could only, you know what I mean? Saludos, carnal. Besides South Central LA. All right, hold on. Yeah. Yeah. All right, okay, let's see. Saludos, homie. Central Florencia. My, that's right. Shout out to the homies from Florence right there out of Flaco. The end of the day, homie. Peso. It's the hardest. That's a quick gunslinger said peso peso's the hardest essay. No, he's not. As a matter of fact, no disrespect to him or nothing like that. I'm not hating on the vato. I just can't take him seriously. You know what I mean? Only because look, and it has nothing to do with the whole Texas stilo and betraying the It has nothing to do with that because I know what they're doing. It's a gimmick. You know what I mean? It's what they think that the people is what's going to generate the views and everything like that. It's the act to feed into the circus. You know what I mean? That's the reason why. You know, it has nothing to do with the stilo of music or none of that. And he knows that. He knows deep down inside. He knows that that's what he's doing. Kind of like Takashi, what they do. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing it for. The almighty dollar. It'll make a lot of people do a lot of things. You'll be surprised. Gangbanging will never stop. It's too late for that. Yeah, well, only time will tell. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not here to, like wave no magical wand for, you know what I mean? If it stops, it stops. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Um, it's only up to one individual in their own household how they raise their kids, and if people just concentrate on their own and what goes on in their house instead of worrying about other people and what goes on in their house, the world will be a lot better place where um, by itself it will slowly stop and change will happen. You know what I mean? But while people keep sticking their nose where it doesn't belong, is why problems keep arising. You know what I mean? And why the cycle just ceases to, it ceases to stop because they're seeing their parents. You know what I mean? The actions that they're taking, the fights, the arguments, and everything like that. So you're their idols. So you're basically telling them this is how you handle problems and this is how you fix stuff. So the problems just keep continuing and continuing and continuing. You know what I mean? And no one could tell them different. Say, no, that's wrong. No, because my mom and dad do it, and you're not gonna say my mom and dad are wrong because they're never wrong. Homie, because I love them and everything that they do, I know it's right. Even if the parents tell them, no, son, you shouldn't do this. But if you're doing it, whatever, if you're telling them different, but your actions are saying a different story, psychologically, it should make sense to them where it's like, okay, I shouldn't do it, like as I explained, but it's not gonna happen that way. They're still gonna do it even though that they know it's bad. But psychologically, they just won't be able to comprehend it. Is getting to know the psychology behind it. You'll be surprised. The brain is a very powerful thing, sensitive thing too, as well. It could trick people into seeing things, thinking things. Too much stress, and you could have a nervous breakdown where that's a real thing. You know what I mean? Where you could just go loony and never come back. The brain is a muscle, homie. Too much stress on it. You know what I mean? It's a bad thing. Like people need to understand the brain, homie. It's crazy. It's not like this vato doesn't know what he's talking about. Nani madre. It's like, all right. The reason why people think like that is the reason why, you know, all this madre is still occurring. Because they thinking, nah, that's not true. That's not true. Okay. I mean, there's evidence, there's facts, studies and everything. But what do I know? It will also help for gangs will go away. People stop giving props, attention, or living in fear of. So, thanks. No, that's coming out of the perspective of someone that doesn't like gangs. You know what I mean? And view them as a problem. Look, because if that is true, then why do we learn about the Nazis in history, like in school? Why do we learn about the Nazis and all these rulers like Genghis Khan and all of that? Why do they teach us that? If they were doing bad and horrendous thing, then why are they teaching us that? You know what I mean? Instead of like you could say the same thing for them. They're giving them praise and acknowledgement and stuff like that, right? But how come there this argument is not made for those topics, but they're made for the gang ones? You know what I mean? I'm just saying because in order for this to, curiosity killed the cat. You must tell them about gangs. You must tell them, all the shit that be going on. You must give them the truth because when you just try to hide it and it piques their curiosity, and I should know, you know what I mean? Because I'm a gang member myself. I know what makes us. When you don't tell them because it was kept from me and my curiosity got the best of me, you know what I mean? Compared to my sons or my uncle's sons who told their sons about gangs and about this life, ended up not choosing this life compared to me where it was hidden from me You know what I mean? So I became a part of this because and you're gonna get to an age where even once they find out whatever and they tell you that no, you better not, I'll fuck you, whatever. It's too late by then. You know what I mean? Once you're 1 foot in, that's it. You know what I mean? So being kept a secret and stuff like that is not a solution. You know what I mean? And no one fears gangs. You know what I mean? Gangs kill each other. And stuff like that. They don't pick on innocent people and stuff like that. The thing is that society makes it like that is the problem to just distract them from what's really going on in the world. You know what I mean? And those are the facts. Because 9 times out of 10, regular day people don't deal with gang members at all. The ones, these families that are being broken and all of that are other gang members, not everyday civilians. You get what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with fear and everything like that. It doesn't, mess with anything else in society. But yes, society says that this is the problem, and this is the reason why the country is the way that it is, and we can't, rise above it. Like, no, could it be your bullshit ass decisions and your head being so far up your ass you don't want to admit your flaws? But it's so easy to throw the trash somewhere else. I mean, anybody could do it. It's a lot harder owning up to your mistakes. It's kind of like when people say like, these gangs are corrupting our youths. No, it's not. These gangs are not going into your guys' house and taking your kids and making them a part of the streets. You guys push them to the streets. The truth hurts. You know what I mean? You're not paying attention to your child. You don't know your child. That's the reason why he became in the gang. You didn't even know what the fuck was going on with him. You know what I mean? Own up to your mistakes. Own up that you probably weren't the best parent. You probably weren't paying attention, and you're probably doing some shit else. You're probably too busy on social media, or too busy with your spouse, or too busy doing something where you didn't even notice what was wrong with your kid, where there's even something wrong with him. You know what I mean? I could always tell when there's something wrong with my kid off the bat, but these other people, nah, their kids are always fine. No, he's on his tablet right there, fine. Yeah, being raised by somebody else on the other side of that screen because that person actually pays attention and talks to him. This person just buys him stuff and just takes off. Like, what good is that? Shit. You know what I mean? Some random person could just do that to you, just give you something and make you a parent. Um, those are the facts. Okay, let's see. Have you ever read the book signed by James Mass? No, I haven't. But like the books I like reading are like books from like Frederick Nietzsche. He's my favorite. Frederick Nietzsche. I recommend his books. You guys need to read them. He was a philosopher, highly intelligent. Some of the best of the books. I have said this on lives before. Like there's even books where I drop like about almost like 3 bills on the books. But they're the best that literature has to offer. Real talk. And it's funny because before I hated school and reading and everything like that, but when you're in there, you have nothing else to do and everything like that. So it's like then you become fascinated. I guess some good does come out of everything at a very bad scenario. Uh, MJ's the GOAT. Well, how can I say? I can't blame people for thinking that, you know what I mean? Because the motherfucker's a beast, dog. So I can't even say that. Nah, you wrong. My boy is Kobe. Like, nah, they pick MJ. See, it would be different if somebody said like Baron Davis is the GOAT or some shit. Then I'll have to be like, oh, come on now, my boy. But if they say MJ, I mean, shit. I mean, both of them have a really good, argument. You lames need to bow down to Tejanos, the real essays. Oh man, I don't know about that, my boy, but shout out to all the Tejanos though. Get out of here with that peso. He's not a essay by far. I know. I don't understand why they call it like every like Mexican person an essay. Like that only works for Sureños, right? Oh. I never understood that. And he's the goat. Kobe is also the goat. Yeah, I can agree with that one. Are the new Mexican gangs? It's peso the hardest essay. And peso the hardest. I guess. Okay, peso is the hardest essay, my boy. If that makes you happy. You can't call yourself the hardest essay. I mean, that title hasn't been given to you. I mean, you can't brand yourself that. But shout out to all Texas. I got nothing. I got nothing. Against Texas. Shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they brown too. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn if the vato's coming from Texas, Hawaii, whatever. If he's Raza and he's doing his thing, I tip my hats off to that vato. True, the new gang members nowadays got nothing on the gangs banging in the 80s and 90s, even to those gang members had it cracking in the last generation, the true gang banging. That is true. But here's something that I could say. A student's actions only reflect that of the teacher. So if this generation is the way it is, and the action reflects that of the teachers, and then who were the teachers? You know what I mean? So maybe we created some errors along the way. You know what I mean? LeBron is the second best of all time. He's good. He's really good. I don't know. Well, his story's still being written. You know what I mean? So who knows where his chapter's gonna end? Nowadays, all these new little gangsters are watered down. Yeah, but then we could blame ourselves for them being that way. You know what I mean? Because we didn't school them better. Suitgate Orchard, Locos, Popeye, homie, keep the good work up, Shadow. That's right. Because I seen it, trust me, when I'm on the block. I seen it when I'm on the block, when there's older homies right there and the little youngsters roll up, whatever. Hey, let them know. Nah. Let them find out them by themselves, fool. Let them learn the hard way. Like, that's not good, homie. You're a big homie. You're supposed to guide them. You're supposed to give them the lessons and knowledge. There's a lot of big homies that don't like doing that. You know what I mean? And then they be right there complaining about why the hood is the way it is now. Like, well, my boy, you didn't want to fucking give the clecha, homie. You were saying, que let them figure out on their own. Well, this is what it manifested to. You said to let them figure out on their own. Well, there it goes. That's what you get out of that. Que levato, saludos y respeto. That's right. Shout out to Wedo right there holding it down for the Yarda kids with broken homes, run away, run to mostly gang shows. Yeah, very true. Is the one trying too hard to make a name for themselves. Those are only kids of gangster generals that are targeted severely. Because the thing with most gang members, if you go and look at most gang members, their parents are not gang related at all. And the kids whose parents are gang members are the ones that are not gang members. Those are the facts. Go look at every gang, ask every gang member you know. Their kids normally tend to be good biting civilians, while the ones whose parents were not gang member end up being the gang members. Do you get what I'm saying? What up, my boy? Chilling right here. Rodolfo, what's good with you? Good afternoon to you and your me and my homie. That's right. Right there, Eddie. Much love, homie. Most real hardcore gangsters in general rob and kill another real. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't mess with civilians. Yeah, because look, my boy, when you pick with regular civilians, regular people that have nothing to do with this, my boy, you get nothing out of that. You get no stripes, homie. You know what I mean? Like the enemy got smoked the homie. You know what I mean? And instead of you going and getting the payback, you're over here worried about some fool that has nothing to do with the hood, nothing to do with nothing at all. But just for you to seem like you big and bad, is gonna get your ass slapped around. The homies ain't gonna see that as tough or as down or as nothing like that. I see some of these fools when they be rushing fools that don't even bang. They tell them that they're from nowhere and they still sock them up. Like, oh, and you think you gangster because you're picking on a bunch of people that are not even gang members that are scared for their lives? And you think you with it and that's gonna earn you a stripe? My boy, bring that to where the real gang members are at and tell them what you just did and see how many that's right, my boy, you're gonna get. The only thing that's gonna get is your name on the shit list. You know what I mean? There ain't nothing G about that. Um, Early morning, compa, is afternoon. Well, now it is. Oh, Playboy 1300, right there representing. Nobody deals with gang members anymore. They deal with tweakers from barrios. I agree with Jeffrey. All these fools need to stop hitting the pookie. Remember the good old days when gangs had rules where you weren't allowed to do certain drugs so you get a fucking calentada machine? But now, everybody can do whatever the hell they want. I remember we had reglas. We weren't allowed to do certain shit. We would get our asses whooped. And the homies that knew about it and allow you to do it and was present while you were hitting the pookie, whatever, they would get an ass beating too. um, Homies used to get mad when people would bring them out like, ah, man, motherfucker. Well, you knew better, homie. You knew that this was the program. The problem is that people hide everything instead of, see, Playboy, he understands what I'm talking about. You're the parent. You're not supposed to hide it. You're supposed to tell them from your mistakes. You're supposed to sit down your child and tell them all the errors you created, all the mistakes you made. Because when they hear it from somebody else, from a cop, uh, the priest, a dropout gang member, something like that, to them it's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. Yeah, you're supposed to say that. But when it's coming from the parent, the actual parent telling the kids their mistakes and their errors, their kids like, okay, one, now you're not keeping no secrets from them so they can fully trust you. Two, you're engaging in conversation with real emotions and acts so they could feel that, you know what I mean? So they could tell that it's sincere. And so they'll automatically know where it's coming in, why you're doing it, you know what I mean? And it's to better themselves, because if you're able to admit your flaws and point out your flaws and stuff like that, they'll know it's genuine. And so now anytime any of those obstacles hits their way, they'll think about that, not because they fear you or because you guys are cool, but because they don't want to let you down. You know what I mean? um, because you could overcome your fear. You know, when you're somebody scared, you're still gonna do something wild. And when you guys are just homies, you're gonna think that it's cool with that. But when you actually respect somebody, you don't want to let them down. So therefore, you know, they carry themselves like that. um, at least psychologically, that's how it works. um, I could honestly say that it has worked. You know what I mean? For at least for me. Um, you know, that's why I give these, you know, guidance and stuff like that, hoping that it'll help somebody like better understand. You know, because some people think that by hiding it, that's the solution, but it's not. You know what I mean? And I know because I'm from a gang and I'm around gang members all the damn time. I know what makes us. You know what I mean? You have to ask your kids questions as a man who grew up with no father. I agree with that. You know, I agree because I grew up without a father. So, you know, like I know how important that is. You know what I mean? So when they hear from you, because to them, you're the smartest, you're the downest, you, you're the best of the best. So when you're telling them you made these mistakes and how it's not like that, when it's actually coming from you, my boy, they're gonna acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Compared to some random stranger that, yeah, well, you're supposed to say that. They have to hear it from you. You know what I mean? It's like kind of, you know, some of these dads when they say like, I don't want my daughter dating nobody, you know, but then when they tell them like, oh, I have a man. What? No, he's gonna play on you. No, what? How come he? What if there's a chance that he could be a good man like how you are with mom, not knowing that you probably cheated, God knows how many times. So what are the chances that you're the only one or what? No, there's a possibility he could be like you. So if you probably would have said that you probably were a little nut yourself, then they would, you know, take that into consideration and probably wait it off, or at least be more, you know, through child before they, you know, choose somebody. Um, you know, because if their father could do it, anybody could do it. Compared to where you say that, no, you're a good man and all this and that, and that was, I mean, then there's a chance that he could be a good man and all that. You know what I mean? You gotta point out your errors. Don't be afraid to admit your flaws. They're normal. Look, see, the thing is that the world makes it seem like mistakes are not normal. They're normal. Everyone makes them. You know what I mean? Everyone makes mistakes. To think that you don't make any mistakes and that you're perfect is ridiculous. Everyone makes mistakes. They're perfectly fine. The thing is learning from them. That's the key. If you don't learn from them, then you're an idiot. But if you learn from them, it is only gonna make you a better person. So you can't be afraid to make mistakes and stuff like that, because it's gonna better you as a person if you're able to admit them. You know what I mean? But if you're not, you're gonna keep making them because you think you're not doing nothing wrong. So you're never gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be stuck right there, and all because you refuse to look in the mirror and just accept it. What I want to put on my boy? How about a little trim? Serio, huh? Eta. FD, I feel you. ¿Qué onda, loco? Chilling right here, Riverside, La Sierra, diving into psychology and shit. And you guys are pulling me down the rabbit hole. What about a nice energy shit that happened these last 2 years? We have entire that have power. The boys they want to take us out. Label us terrorists. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that are be happening now. Subway, just stoners, just Kittredge stoners. Yeah, in your hood, never heard of them. Never heard of them either, my boy. But if they did, fine. They could be added on the list with the rest of them. Welcome to the club. It's all fun and games. So somebody ends up in the hospital. Um, the term glacier comes from preach. My headset was working all day, so I used to go out. And that's one thing I have said. The parents don't necessarily have to be bad parents and everything like that. It could have been that they were just too busy working, because that's neglection. It's a form of neglection. You know what I mean? Or they were going through their own problems. You know what I mean? They had their own issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they were doing it on purpose, or you know what I mean? But I'm saying that even if you have your own problems, it's still important to acknowledge your child and reassure them, of everything. Because while people say they should know because it's common sense, they're a child. For what you think is common sense and what they think is common sense is two whole different things. As a matter of fact, that part of the brain has not even fully developed where they're able to even comprehend that. So while you may think it's common sense, to them it's different. But you're not able to understand it because you don't have a brain. You don't have the brain of that of a child, so you don't know exactly how that works yet. But if you go back and maybe you're able to remember those feelings, you'll be able to maybe be able to understand the scenario a little bit better. So it's not just common sense. That's why kids always need reinsurance. You know. It does feel like a therapy session, huh? Y'all need to knock it off. uh, Serio, this one's too serious for me. Yeah. Well, I could make videos talking about this if you guys would like. I love studying all of this and giving spills on it. You know what I mean? But it's for my own. It's for my own knowledge. You know what I mean? Uh, it's because sometimes I get it. Like some of those books, like the way they just phrase them, it's like nobody wants to read that shit. They're like, ah, la verga. You know what I mean? Um, it's just that I love the knowledge of it. And then I just break it. I put it in layman's terms, for people could understand. You know what I mean? Like, because if you read that shit, it's like giving you like, and I don't understand why they teach it that way. To be honest with you, it's like, motherfucker, why couldn't you just say it was this? Like, you fools are out of it. You know, trying to make it sound like that is the reason why they lose a lot of people. You know what I mean? All right, well, we go end it now because I gotta hit the holiday already. You know what I mean? Hey, gracias to everyone that peeped in right here, and thanks for waking you guys up. But we out.